If you ever made a change to your Amazon listing, maybe you rewrote your title, added a few new keywords that you found in Cerebro, adjusted your bullet points, or swapped in a new main image, and then just sat there hoping something good would happen, you're definitely not alone. That is how a lot of sellers operate. They make the change, hit save in Seller Central, and then basically cross their fingers. Maybe they check their listing a few times that day. Maybe they refresh sales. Maybe they search their keyword manually and convince themselves they moved up a spot. And honestly, that is where a lot of people go wrong. Because the real issue is not just whether your ranking changed. The real issue is that most sellers have no clear way to connect a listing update to the result that came after it. They do something, rankings move, and they have no idea if that actually helped, hurt, or did absolutely nothing. So then the next time they make a change, they are guessing again, and the next time after that, same thing. It turns into this cycle where people are constantly editing, constantly reacting, and never really learning what is working. That is exactly where Helium 10's keyword tracker becomes so useful. Helium 10 tracks keyword rank daily by default, and its boost feature can pull hourly updates for boosted keywords, which gives you a much tighter read on movement after you make a change. Helium 10 also lets you add notes and compare against competitors, which is what turns this from a simple rank checker into a much more useful decision-making tool. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Keyword Tracker the right way after listing updates so you can stop guessing and start building an actual feedback loop. What's going on, everyone? My name is Eric Hunsker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff and focus on practical, data-driven strategies that actually help you grow your e-commerce business. Let's get into it. Setting up your Keyword Tracker strategy. All right, when you first open Helium 10 Keyword Tracker, the basic setup is not hard. You add your product, choose your marketplace, and start loading in keywords. That part is pretty straightforward. The part that usually trips people up is deciding what to track, because the temptation is to go overboard. A lot of sellers dump a giant keyword list into the tool because they feel like more data must be better, but more data is not better if you don't actually use it. You do not need a giant swamp of random keywords that you never check. You need a focused list that tells you whether your list is gaining or losing ground where it matters. The easiest way to do that is to think in tiers. First, you have your top level keywords. These are the main terms that define the product. If you sell a weighted blanket, then weighted blanket is obviously one of those. These are your biggest, most important search terms. You're usually not going to have a ton of them, but they matter the most because they present the biggest search opportunity and usually the toughest competition. Then you have your mid-level keywords. These are more specific phrases that still get solid volume, but they give you more context. Think like weighted blanket for adults or cooling weighted blanket. These tell you a lot about how Amazon is understanding your listing in more descriptive search environments. Then you have your long tail keywords. These are the more specific phrases where intent is often clearer. Sometimes these do not have massive volume, but they can convert really well because the shopper already knows what they want. That mix matters. If your long tail terms are improving, that may mean that your listing is becoming more relevant for specific use cases. If your mid-level terms are gaining ground, but your broad terms are stuck, that may mean that the listing is getting stronger, but still does not have the sales momentum to compete at the very top. That is useful information. It tells you what kind of problem you're actually dealing with. And that is the whole point here. Not just to collect numbers, but to create a keyword set that actually helps you interpret what is happening. The power of the boost feature for updates. So now let's talk about one of the most useful parts of Keyword Tracker if you're actively updating listings, and that's boost. By default, Helium 10 generally tracks keyword ranks once every 24 hours. That is already helpful because daily tracking is way better than random manual checks. But when you want a closer read on movement, Helium 10's boost feature lets you pull hourly rank updates on specific keywords. Helium 10's help docs say boosted keywords can get hourly updates for up to 10 days. And the feature is especially useful when you want to watch fluctuations more closely after changes or while running advertising. That matters a lot after a listing update, because let's say you change your title or your main image or something important in your backend terms. A daily check might tell you that you were rank 11 yesterday and rank 8 today. Cool, helpful. But an hourly view can show you a lot more texture than that. You may notice that a keyword is bouncing during different parts of the day. You may notice a quick move up that does not stick. You may notice that your rank improved right after a change and then flattened out. That is all useful context. I don't want to oversell it and act like hourly tracking is the same thing as real-time insights into Amazon's brain. It's not, but it is a much tighter read on movement than waiting a full day between checks. And this is where I think a lot of sellers can use the feature more intelligently. Do not boost everything, that gets noisy fast. Instead, boost the handful of keywords that actually matter most right after a meaningful update. Your biggest terms, your best converting terms, your highest opportunity terms, the keywords where movement would actually teach you something useful. That is where the feature becomes powerful instead of distracting. Analyzing the 3 outcomes of an update. So once you make a change and you start watching your keyword movement, there are really 3 main outcomes that you're looking for. Outcome 1, your rankings start improving. This is one that everybody wants. If you update the listing and over the next few days, your improvement keywords start trending upward, that's a strong sign that the changes may be helping. Maybe relevance improved, maybe shoppers are responding better to the page, maybe your click-through or conversion got better. Whatever the exact reason, the important part is that now you have evidence that the update moved things in the right direction. But do not stop at nice. Rankings went up. Look at what changed. Was it the title, the main image, the bullet points, a stronger value proposition, a cleaner keyword target? This is where you want to document what you did so you can build on it later instead of just taking the win and forgetting why it happened. Outcome 2, your rankings start dropping. This one hurts, but it's incredibly valuable because if you're tracking properly, you will notice the drop faster. And that means you can respond faster. Maybe the title got too stuffed. Maybe you removed a term that mattered more than you realized. Maybe the listing became less clear to shoppers. Maybe something else changed in the market. Either way, seeing the drop early is much better than realizing 3 weeks later that the listing quietly lost ground. The big thing here is not to panic. Do not immediately start changing 10 more things. First, compare the drop against what you changed. Check whether it lines up with a major listing edit. Look at whether multiple keywords fell or just one. Compare against your competitors, and then decide whether this is a real sign that you should revert or whether it was just short-term noise. Outcome 3, basically nothing happens. Now this is the sneaky one because people often ignore it. If you make what feels like a major update and your meaningful keywords don't really move, that tells you something too. It may mean the update was not important enough. It may mean you changed something that doesn't influence shopper behavior much. Or it may mean that your real bottleneck is somewhere else. Maybe visibility, maybe pricing, maybe reviews, maybe conversion. That is still useful because a flat result is not wasted data. A flat result is information. It tells you not to keep expecting a breakthrough from the same kind of change. It tells you it may be time to test a different lever. Now, if you're watching this and you don't have a Helium 10 account and you're thinking, man, this would really help my store, you're in luck. If you go ahead and click the link down below in the description, it's gonna bring you to this page right here, where you can go ahead and get a discount on Helium 10. So by using this link and click on this button here and using this code at checkout, you're gonna get 30% off for 6 months. That's huge savings. So if you're ready to get started with Helium 10 and start really taking your Amazon store to the next level, then click the link down below in the description. Spying on the competition with relative rank. Now, once you get comfortable tracking your own keywords, the next step is to stop looking at your listing in isolation. Helium 10 lets you track competitor ASINs too, and that is huge because your rankings rankings don't exist in a vacuum. According to Helium 10's documentation, you can compare against up to 5 competitors, and relative rank helps you see your position among those tracked competitors rather than just staring at your standalone Amazon rank. That changes how you interpret movement. Let's say you drop a few spots for one of your main keywords. If you're only watching your own number, that can feel like a disaster. But then you look at your competitors and realize they dropped too. That tells you the movement may not be specific to your listing. Maybe sponsored placements shifted. Maybe a new competitor entered the page. Maybe Amazon is testing a different layout. Maybe the entire keyword is moving around more than usual. That context matters. Now, on the other hand, if your rank drops while your main competitors hold steady or climb, that tells you something more specific may be happening with your listing. That's when you start asking better questions. And here's another useful angle. If a competitor starts falling hard across important keywords, that can create an opening. Maybe they're out of stock. Maybe their listing got weaker. Maybe they pulled back on ads. Whatever the reason, watching relative movement helps you spot opportunities that you would miss if you're only focused on your own graph. This is one of those features that makes Keyword Tracker feel a lot more strategic. You stop treating rankings like isolated numbers and start reading them in context. The logbook strategy, using notes for clarity. So the next piece is super simple, but it is one of the smartest habits that you can build if you want your keyword data to actually be useful. Use notes. Helium 10's Keyword Tracker lets you add notes, so changes show up as reference points alongside your performance history. And Helium 10 explicitly recommends using notes to connect optimization actions to what happens next. That means that every time you change something meaningful, you should log it. Change the title, add a note. Updated the main image, add a note. Adjusted your PPC bids, add a note. Changed price, coupon, or offer, add a note. Because here's what always happens. A few weeks later, you look at your graph and see it change, and you cannot remember what caused it. Was that when you tested the new headline? Was that when you changed the image stack? Was that when you raised bids on exact match? Without notes, you're relying on memory, and memory is terrible for this. With notes, you're creating a simple running record on your own experiments. This is also where you need to stay honest with yourself. If you changed 5 things at once, your notes should reflect that. Do not pretend you ran a clean test if you didn't. The goal is not to make yourself feel smart. The goal is to make the data usable later. And one more thing here. Notes are also really useful for spotting relationships between paid traffic and organic movement. If you increase ad pressure on an important keyword and then start seeing organic lift afterwards, that's a very good clue that paid activity may be helping support organic visibility. Not absolute proof, but definitely a clue worth tracking. That's how you turn Keyword Tracker from a scoreboard into an actual working logbook. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of this stuff here inside of Helium 10. So if we come up here to the products, we can come down to the Keyword Tracker. We'll go ahead and click on this. And this is where you can go ahead and start tracking your keywords. So over here, we can go ahead and click on Add Products. So this is where we can go ahead and enter in an ASIN. And I was looking for a phone mount the other day. So let's go ahead and we'll copy this over here. Here we are inside of Amazon. I was looking for this phone mount the other day. So with the Helium 10 extension, we can go ahead and grab this ASIN. So we go ahead and come down here. We can go ahead and copy this ASIN right here and come on back to Helium 10. We'll go to Products, Keyword Tracker. We can go ahead and add product, and we can go ahead and paste this in here. Here we can go ahead and enter the keyword phrases that we'd like to track. I searched iPhone phone mount, so we'll go ahead and type that one in, and we'll go ahead and click on Start Tracking. And now we have successfully added this to the Keyword Tracker for this specific product and that specific keyword. Now, coming over here back in Amazon, we have the X-ray vision here using the Helium 10 extension. So we can go ahead and come here and track competitor right here using this button. So we'll go ahead and click on this. And this will bring us back here over to Helium 10, where we'll go ahead and enter the competitor ASINs that we want to track. We have this one right here, and we can go ahead and click that. And now we'll be tracking this competitor as well. So if you've been making changes to your Amazon listings and then just hoping for the best, that needs to stop. Not because hope is bad, but because hope's not a strategy. Keyword Tracker gives you a much better way to work. You make a change, track the keywords that matter, compare against competitors, log your updates, and watch the trend instead of freaking out every little fluctuation. That's how you stop guessing. And that's how your listing work actually compounds over time. So here's what I want you to do next. list. Log into Helium 10, open Keyword Tracker, pick one important ASIN, add a focused set of keywords instead of every keyword under the sun. Get your core terms in there, your mid-level terms, and a few high-intent long-tail keywords. Then let that sit long enough to give you a baseline. Then the next time you make a meaningful update, something real, not just some tiny cosmetic tweak, turn on Boost for your most important keywords and start watching the movement with context. And while you do that, use notes every single time you touch the listing. That one habit alone will make you sharper than most sellers, because now you're not just collecting numbers, you're building a record of what you changed and what happened. And that is really the whole game here. Not just tracking rank, but learning from rank. So if you want to start with Helium 10, we've got that link for you down in the description. This is an affiliate link, which means we do earn a small commission when you use it at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on the channel, we're dedicated to helping you succeed with e-commerce by providing tips, strategies, and insights to grow your online business. So be sure and subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you here in the next video.